Is this thing on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Okay, we're not going to call it Friday Night Rekieta tonight. We're going to be calling it... Oh, crap. Why is Discord still open? Fucking close that curse tab. I'm going to call it Friday Night Sen. I think that has a better ring to it. So we're going to call it Friday Night Sen. And unfortunately, we got a lot to cover today. You know I like to do these shows for 2 hours max. Right? Because that's about all I can stand for internet land. But we might go a little longer today. We got a lot. We got quite a bit. We got the tale of two cuckolds. Okay, we got Nick Rekieta on one side, right? Nicholas Robert Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. Kind of been... Oh, dude. All right. I want to say it's been kind of quiet, but it hasn't. Because there's been a lot. Even with Rekieta, right? So... with Nick, okay, you gotta go, Sen, you gotta go to your bread and butter. What are you doing, bruv? All right, yeah, you're right, other Sen. So, right here, if you guys didn't know, this is how you know I'm not grifting this shit and I'm not milking it effectively, because if I really was, holy fuck, there is a shit ton of Rekieta things I'm gonna be doing. Like, he had a fucking stream with Barnes. Okay, he literally had a stream with Barnes for whatever reason. And there's some... Dude, it's like, you talk about two hillbilly inbreds, Barnes and fucking Rekieta are the best examples of two inbreds. Just... I mean, next to fucking, what's his face, Kumalot over there, these two take the cake. Like, that in itself can make an entire MrSEN tonight right there. Alright, but on the flip side, there's something else that ended up happening, which... you know, led a certain revolutionary of the leftist party stand up for truth, justice, and grift on the interwebs. And that is the second cuckold of the night, Stephen Bunnell II, aka I got my Swedish whore taken by a fucking twink. So we got Mr. Cuckold himself over here, and he gets bodied by Piers Morgan, who I've never heard of this guy. The only thing I know about him is that he's fucking British, so that should immediately deduct like 20 points off him off the bat. But this guy bodies the shit out of this little liberal tard or whatever, right? And it's just Destiny can't do anything about it. He just gets fucking just obliterated. And I think it's like the most hilarious thing ever. I even made a video on that. I don't know. I haven't had that much time to do much, right? Because even making a damn video takes way too long, bro. You don't have that much time. But I did make a video on this, and it's like a condensed part of what, like, Piers Morgan basically bodying this little fruit cup or whatever. We also got Jim that did, like, a nice 20-minute segment on, well, you know, the Trump thing, just as a whole. I think we'll go over that first, just to get an introduction of things we're going into, right? Or maybe we'll go over the Rekieta thing first. For the bread and butter. Or maybe we'll... Here's what we'll do. We'll go over one Rekieta clip first. And then we'll go into Jim's segment to talk about the great US of A. Right? And what's going on with President Donald Trump. And then we'll go into Little Fruit Cup Destiny getting bodied by British guy. And then we'll wing it back to some more Rekieta shit. Okay, back to the bread and butter. All right, I think that's a good middle ground, and God hoping we will be able to make it through in about 2 hours, hopefully. Sen's got shit to do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but the first order of business. Okay, it's not order 66. Surprisingly, it is to like and share the stream, because fuck, YouTube ain't gonna do it for me. Why would they? So, you know, make sure to like, share the stream. Oh, there's a poll there too. Of course, I gotta know who I have to pander to, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's the entire logic behind the poll. Let me know if you're pro or anti-Trump. Just, you know, I'll just throw my 2 cents into it. You guys are a long time watchers of the channel. You know that I basically shit on anybody and anything, which, you know, it's not the smart thing to do. Go read the 48 Laws of Power, but I don't fucking care, because fuck everybody. Everybody acts like a dipshit from time to time, so fuck it. In terms of the conservatives versus the liberals, man, I mean, I mean, I've shat on the conservatives too, right? It's like, you know, it's not like a habit. There was somebody complaining in my comment section, "Why do you gotta say the word magatard?" And I'm like, "Cause it's funny. Why not?" But then you have the OG libtards like fucking Destiny reminding me why the conservatives are the better option in this instance. Because this guy is such a little freak. Not only, like, I'm not even talking about his pro-pedophile takes, right? Which everybody wants to downplay, like that fat retard Nicholas Diorio. But I'm also talking about just the fact that he wants to complain about making this narrative about how conservatives are radicals and shit while being a radical leftist himself. And while he wants to complain about right-wingers this, right-wingers that, and don't even get me started on his fan base, bitching and crying and complaining. Well, this guy is like, he is literally like the embodiment of what an Antifa thinks like. This, you ever want to think what Antifa thinks like? It's fucking this guy. Like, this guy is deranged. This guy, people think I'm fucking unhinged. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy takes the cake. This guy will literally, and you know what the worst part about it? He suffers from the same dementia that most liberals do, is they get to do all this unhinged shit, and the second you do it to them, they cry. And when I say they cry, I mean they literally cry. They can wish upon, like, the worst things to happen to right-wingers and shit. They can do all the smear campaigns they want, right? They don't even need to stick to, they want, the second you just poke them back a little bit, all of a sudden they're the victims and you got to defend them and you got to be like, you know, what's his face? Butterball the Oreo, and you got to suck up to Daddy Destiny and shit. So there's that. As of right now, kind of like what Jim said in the segment, which you'll hear, this entire thing, all right, not only just Trump getting shot or whatever, Destiny, his entire like presence, his revolution, you know, him fighting the power, you know, him leading a leftist radical revolution, has made me want to revisit my right-wing roots and just be like, yeah, MAGA for life, bro. Because these freaks ain't it. Like, this motherfucker literally wants to stand Biden still to this fucking day. This is a fucking joke on earth, man. This is the biggest fucking joke on earth, right? If you're gonna really support Biden, and, like, listen, I'm so neutral and down the middle, or I used to be, before Destiny and you know, the shooter came around, that I literally said, you know, it's crazy. Mr. Beast would probably be a better candidate than both Biden and Trump at this point in time. I said that because of how neutral I was. After this shit, fuck that, bro. This whole thing just threw it out the window. Fuck that shit, bro. Yeah, like, Destiny wants to be this Mr. Divisive, make it an us versus them. Okay, fine. I'll bite, bro. It's us versus you. I'll bite. And yeah, that's where I stand on the matter. No pandering shit. I thought that was cute, though. I liked that comment. It was very cute. Now you know who to pander to. It's like, yeah, I guess so, bud. But I don't blame people for thinking that, though. You know, I don't blame them. So, oh boy. The only negative thing about being right-wing, though, is that you have to share the barn with these two inbreds, Rekieta and Barnes over here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, not every right-winger is created equally. Some are smart, like Andrew over here, Mr. Andrew here. Watch, somebody's going to tell me Andrew's not a fucking right-winger. They're going to be like, actually, he's liberal. Actually. And I'm just going to be like, fuck. Sen needs to do his research. Sen needs to be online more. Sen needs to be paying attention to these random strangers a lot more. Well, listen, for the purposes of this statement, legal mindset is a right-winger, okay? Don't stop my mojo. But you get it. Not all right-wingers are created equally. Some of them are fucking inbred hillbillies like Barnes and fucking Rekieta, who think of using their kids as cool and based and red-pilled. And, you know, then we got Zerka and Sneeko. And, yeah, you know, you got some bad apples, right? And even, like, the libtards, right? Even the liberals. You know, some of them are fucking radicals. They're gunners. They're rapists. They're this and that. But some, I assume, are good people, as Donald J. Trump once said. Okay? So, let's look at my fellow brethren on the right. Rekieta and Barnes. Oh, I am so totally looking forward to this. Okay. A little something I'm going to start doing as well. I'm going to start giving shout outs to the first people that are in chat. Hi everybody, how's it going? I see you guys, you're here. Hello Christy C, hello Denise Crawford, hello Zakuru, you're still alive? Holy shit, bro, haven't seen you in a hot minute. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. So let's check out my brethren here. Barnes and Nick Robert Rekieta. We got the CPS and the government. Oh, great. We're going back to the government bit. That's awesome. Fear versus fact. And, of course, you got to bring Barnes along for that. Jesus. Kind of feel like this should be its own stream, though, because there's so much potential with all this shit. So maybe we'll look at a really small clip. Then we got the government doesn't care about the truth with Robert Barnes. I mean, let's be honest. Not a lot of people or things care about the truth. Like, Barnes, Rekieta. It's just like one of those irony points. That's the funny point. It's kind of like when Destiny cries about conservatives being this, and that when he's the same thing. Same shit with Barnes and Rekieta. Like, yeah, the government lies. Guess who else lies? Nick Rekieta and Robert Barnes. Oh, crazy, huh? Birds of a feather flock together. Remember all the times Nick praises the government when it's convenient for him? Remember all the times Nick praises the law when it's convenient for him? When he wants somebody to be gunned down, then Rekieta praises the fucking law and shit. When it's against him, he doesn't praise it. He thinks it's corrupt. Isn't that funny how it works? It's interesting. Probable cause affidavits, finding out what's missing with Robert Barnes. And then there's the Rekieta CPS care plans, correcting the record. He's correcting the record once again. Then we got legal mindset with his take on the monetization and clip channels. Vindictive judges, egos with robes. You know, Nick wished death upon many judges in the past, or at least alluded that there should be a call to action against them. You know, just being a fucking retard in general and shit, knowing what he's doing, but you know, being too much of a pussy to actually directly say it because he doesn't want to incriminate himself. Typical Rekieta weasel shit. So, you know, there's that. Newsflash to you, Mr. Moon. I think this is the perfect one here. I think this is the one we're gonna watch. Okay, he's taking shots at Josh again.
Destiny threatening violence against
cool,
conservatives,
and I'm guessing. Oh, there it is. Kiwi Farms and Robert Paul. Yep, there it is. He can't help it. Okay, can't help it. All right. So, oh, and then there's the projection thing. All right, cool. I think we'll watch these two since it's them crying about Kiwi Farms and Jersh again. And then we'll go into Medicare's speech, and then we'll do Destiny versus Piers Morgan. We'll come back and see what else we can do with Barnesy Boy and Rekieta. Oh yeah, Boogie. This is kind of like side drama, sort of. Boogie faked having cancer. Oh, a fat retard that I told you 5 years ago is just a baiter and, you know, should just fall off the face of the planet. Like again, like I'm not inherently interested in this just because I already called it like years ago, and it's like, what does it really matter? Like, you're not telling me anything new that I didn't know about Boogie. Boogie's like dead content to me personally, probably not to other people because I just see fat retard on the internet. Let's laugh. Sure, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like, what do you expect? And Keemstar, I'm surprised Keemstar's still alive, to be honest. I'm surprised he's still alive in general, but I'm also surprised he's still alive in terms of a fucking internet career. The entire Locale Live thing is just a terrible fucking thing. It's has like a bunch of hanger-ons, relics of the past that hang on to this shit. It's just not entertaining to me. It's more sad than anything, because what is it? It has just a bunch of has-beens rejects nowadays that are overshined by like XQC and fucking people like that. Like Keemstar is yesterday's garbage. Nobody cares about him anymore, and that's all he cares about, being relevant. But nobody cares about him anymore. So now we got to make do with what we had before. It's just not for me. All right, maybe I'm out of touch. Okay, I'm out of touch. All right, I'm getting too old for this. That's what it is. But okay, let's go to Newsflash to you, Mr. Moon. All right, this won't be him malding at all. Robert Barnes. We get to finally hear the man, the myth, the legend, and here's Nick not drinking fucking beer at all. Let me put this up right in the middle. Let's put it up a little higher. Let's put this up at 50%. Just give me 1 second, chat. 1 second. CECA Loather with the 10. Don't understand why Destiny gets away with so much. Destiny threatening violence against conservatives and supporting genocidal wars worse than Boogie lying. Guess who Diorio sided with? Oh yeah, I know that fat retard sided with fucking Destiny. I saw a damage control tweet from Diorio, and I also saw him go to the quartering. Now, I don't like the quartering. I think he's full of shit. I think it's funny that Nicholas Diorio is the one talking about inconsistency and all this stupid shit. It's funny. I'll give Nick this. He's got a lot better at hiding it over the years. Since when he was 23, he was shit at it. He was so bad at it. He was mauling so much at smaller channels, pointing it out and getting away with it. I remember that. I remember the 23-year-old Diorio arc, right? And then even if you want to go even further, the part where he lied about, having a girlfriend, there was that too. Or if you want to go most recent, the part where he's crying that his internet friends left him. Just in general, Diorio is... I mean, if you really bow down to him, it's more telling. It's telling of your character. The fact that he's defending Destiny, though, not really surprising to me. Not really surprising to me, but whatever. It's the Oreo way. The Oreo's gonna crumble where the Oreo wants to crumble. GG Evans, thank you for the 5. Nikki the Nose is supposedly paying Ralph the Rage Pig 20 grand to flag and harass Elisa Clips. Nikki, no. All right. Yeah, thank you for that. I got to touch up on that real quick because you just reminded me. You're right. So our girl, unfortunately, Elisa was...
And then it turns out he's the...
Okay, shut up for a second, Barnes. We'll get to you, bro. Relax. All right? Our girl got fucking demonetized, unfortunately. Okay, there's a lot of speculation that came out of this for obvious reasons. It's interesting that you said that, though, Gigi. So 4 days ago, Elisa Clips got she got contacted by YouTube, and they say, our team of policy specialists carefully looked over your channel. We found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with the YouTube partner program. You're not eligible for monetization, and you will not have the monetization tools. Basically, she was full on demonetized. And no, this is not a case of, when fucking YouTubers pretend like they get demonetized when in reality they just got a video limited at it or whatever. It's not what it is. No, she flat out did get demonetized. Her entire channel, which is essentially just clip channels, and it doesn't make any fucking sense because all she does is she clips Rekieta. She clips Nick Rekieta. By this logic, Nick Rekieta should be demonetized. By this logic, if Elisa got demonetized, Nick should be demonetized. All right, that's just what it is, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. How does a clip channel get demonetized for harassment when all they're doing is taking clips of another YouTube creator, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. So now that Gigi pointed that out, that's the rumor on the grapevine. I mean, I believe it. Ralph has a history of flagging channels before, right? Ralph has a history of doing all this shit. Nick has a history of making shady dealings, right? I mean, I'm going to put it more on Nick than Ralph because Ralph will do this. You know what to expect from Ralph. All right, Ralph has been like a piece of shit openly, and he'll say he'll do this. But Nick is that one weasel that's going to make these deals and find plausible deniability to get away with this shit. So if anything, this should go more against Nick if he did do it. That's speculating because Nick had also previously threatened Elisa or struck Elisa on one of her clips in the past, and that was well documented as well. So there is a big chance this could have been Nick's doing, or Nick could have just hit up a network connect to take a look at the channel and shit, because Elisa really does get the most traction out of anybody that A-logs Rekieta, as well as has all those clips that she works very hard to. Essentially without the channel that she has, I don't think Rekieta would be as fucked in his legal case, because the reality is that Nick says a lot of incriminating shit. A lot of shit that's going to be used against him in the court of law, and it's not going to make him look good, and it's going to fuck him over. And this girl over here clips every single incriminating thing Nick does. So kind of really makes you wonder, right? It's like, well, Nick has some legal issues coming up, right? Of course he would want to get this shit at least not seen by as many people as it could be. So there's that. It's unfortunate. It's fucked up. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And it's speculation at this point, sure. But I think it's speculation that has a little bit of merit to it, just based on it being, Nick and Ralph, and so they're cool. But let's see what Barnes and Nick have to say about Mr. Moon, aka Jersh, and Kiwi Farms. All right, let's see what they have to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Board of Project Veritas, and he's like, "You libeled me. You and Viva libel. I'm going to file ethics complaint against you and Viva." I don't know why people think this is a threat. There's a certain member of a certain other board that I briefly represented that was also recently threatening me, saying he's going to file ethics complaints against me. So I publicly reminded him that that is not a method of intimidation. And if you're dumb enough to think that if you hire a lawyer for a brief period of time, that you have bought their permit, you have a permanent injunction against their free speech. Newsflash to you, Mr. Moon. That doesn't know how that works. So it's amazing. So many people get these. They get the. I mean, heck, I even referred him to a good civil rights lawyer that's still working for him for cheap. You can threaten bogus ethics complaints. Certain people that run certain websites. FYI, it's not going to change my behavior. And if you lie and libel about me long enough, maybe I'll seek legal remedy myself. And then it turns out he's the board of Project Veritas.
So it's interesting though, because this is going to be what the. Shit, I've lost count of how many people say they're gonna sue Kiwi Farms and they're gonna sue Josh and they're gonna get away with it and they're gonna win. They're gonna take down Kiwi. I've lost count. Like I know Keffels did it. I remember that arc when Keffels was doing it and Nick was still licking Kiwi Farms boots and licking Josh's asshole. Like a good little bitch. I remember Nick being very, very, very against Keffels, calling her a retard or him, whatever the fuck they are. I don't even know, bro. I can't even keep up. They flip on the dime, whatever the fuck they want to be. You can't really keep up with a person like that mentally, but I remember that. It's interesting that Rekieta's not opening his mouth and kissing up to them this time. I guess because Nick has a little bit of a bias against them this time, so he's just gonna let his wannabe discount Thai beard just go off. Try to be on his king shit. He's just a fucking faggot. I'm sorry. I don't use this word a lot on my channel, but Jesus fucking Christ, I couldn't help it this time, man. It's gonna be a rare occurrence. I'm not gonna say it a lot, but Jesus fucking Christ, how can I not when it comes to this guy? Okay, how can I not? Okay, it slipped out. All right. Okay, hold on, chat. I gotta make a timestamp, homies. All the cool people. Okay, we're going on 24 minutes. Okay, stop tagging me. I don't want to be part of your shitty tags. 24 minutes, chat. All right. Future reference. Don't get up on your feels, homie. But that was Mr. Barnes talking about Mr. Moon. All right. I think that's a good little intro to the fucking Barnes versus Kiwi Farms arc. God, I hope he does do this though. He is the perfect match for Rackets. I almost hope Barnes does do this shit because it'll be so funny when nothing ends up happening as per usual. All right, as per usual. I think that's a good little start to it though. Let's go to Medicker's speech. Okay, we'll go back to the confession through projection. So that's going to be essentially Barnes, I assume, going against Kiwi Farms again for like another 8 minutes. So I'll go with that later. But I want to get to this Piers Morgan interview. There's Piers Morgan versus Destiny shit. So let's go over what Jim had to say about the shooting of President Donald J. Trump.
Monumental proportions. A lot of stuff lined up for that. There's going to be a very long boogie stream. Could be even longer stream talking about what happened. I've tuned out. I have for the last couple of years. Dealing with my illness and dying and all of that. It's pretty easy to do that, to be apathetic. I've always been accused of being a nihilist to begin with. And when Trump first ran for president, he didn't really have policies or a platform that appealed to me. I was worried about government overreach, worried about the National Defense Authorization Act and Gitmo and all this other shit that was going on. And I didn't see that being really addressed. But I like the shitposting, and I found it amusing. And then Biden becomes his opponent in the next election. And I thought, oh, there's no way he's going to lose to that. Didn't really care, had my own shit to deal with. But what's been going on is so fucking far-fetched and ridiculous. So over the line. So blatant and in your face for the last 3, 4, 5 years that I have to talk about it. I can't just be jovially laughing at fat idiots on the internet that don't pay their child support and flee to other countries or scam because they've got some bullshit cancer story or do some cryptocurrency bullshit or, you know, the myriad of other wacky characters, the zany people that inhabit the internet. When it feels like my country has just gone full on retarded. And I don't know how else to put it. We have a president in the Oval Office who is a doddering old man. He obviously has some mental issues. And that's not something that's been hidden. That's something everybody's been talking about on the left and the right for years now.
And that's who Destiny still fucking supports, bro. It's crazy. Hold on. Okay, everybody knows that Destiny still supports Biden. Some people find it hard to believe. I'm going to try to find some pro-Destiny Biden shit. Cause yeah, he does. Oh yeah. There's the wait, hold on. There's also this. Hold on. There's a okay. There's a bunch of shit. Oh, okay, I hate Ian Miles Chung because he just looks like shit. But this is funny. This is very funny. Everybody's kind of dunking on Destiny a little bit too. I think it's really funny. What the fuck? He's just been coping the entire time. I gotta make sure Destiny doesn't have any weird shit here. But this is our good friend Stephen Bennell. As you can see, he's either deflecting, he's coping. He has a bunch of radical leftists supporting him and shit. Cucks, mind you. And this is what Destiny's into. It's hilarious. He doesn't even deny the claim, so you know it's true already off the bat. He just kind of says, actually, it doesn't matter if I'm into this. It's just you have nothing of substance to say. It's insane, man. It's insane. Like, and then he just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. You know, retweeting a bunch of conservative shit, pro-leftist shit. He's going at VTubers now. The Oreo is also going at VTubers for Milady fucking Destiny's honor because Nick wants to be Destiny or wants to be noticed by Senpai Destiny so badly. I don't know. It's weird. But then Nick is also the guy that cries about his internet friends leaving him. Like a lot. In private group chats. So I don't know. It's weird. And then Destiny's been playing the victim the entire time about how everybody's against them. It's there's some more MAGA stuff, you know, it's just going crazy. He retweeted Biden a bunch. Here's some more shit. A couple of his the glorious Destiny doing exactly what he's bitching about conservatives doing. Clip right here. Destiny's reply to this. Clip is 6 years ago. Don't know what that's supposed to imply. I guess he's a reformed guy. He's just reformed. We got him trying to make a dunk on Tim Pool. Got him quote tweeting Tim Pool. Okay, we got some more shit over here. You know, just regular shit. We got the quartering stuff. Him getting mad at Elon now. Okay, I mean, it's fucking Elon Musk. I already told you what I thought about him. It is what it is. Here's he retweeting anybody that supports him over here. We got Nicky D, good old Nicky D. All right. Doxing spree, full of ads enabled. This is an insane bias to my dad, Destiny. Help me. Destiny knows me. There's the Axe-Man over here. The Ant-Man, you know, going ahead and throwing his hat in the ring. There's more hate to Elon Musk, you know, who everybody only now is realizing is a hypocrite. Kind of crazy. I see Destiny doesn't address his pedo quote-unquote jokes. Oh my god, he's even, speaking of pedophiles, he's even retweeting Vito at this point. Kind of crazy. All right. So, I mean, like, the parallels between him and Rekieta and Rackets here, kind of crazy too. They both are so narcissistic. They think they stand for a greater cause. They think their actions don't have repercussions. They think that they've never done anything wrong. Here he is retweeting pedo Beto again, just for the lulz. It's all good. More MAGA stuff. But this guy says that he's going to die on the hill of basically whatchamacallit, justifying laughing at the death of another person because they were a conservative. Okay, that's what warrants, Destiny laugh. But again, if you just do the smallest thing to Destiny, though, oh, that's bad. It's bad. He's a victim. The victim complex comes out. That's always been the problem with the left. That's always been the problem with the libtards. That's always been a problem with the radical left, to be exact, like Destiny. The Antifas of the world, if you will. But, yeah, going ahead, anti-Trump this, anti-Trump that. He's going to support Biden to the ends of the earth. That's where he's going to go. He's going to support a senile old man.
Whether it's joking stories about him shitting himself in front of the Pope, falling down the stairs more than Gerald Ford ever did, getting lost using a teleprompter, handing out questions to every single interview he does, meandering and wandering off like he's on acid, he's taking shrooms. You've got to like tard wrangle him if you bring him to a conference because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a confused old man. It's like all the old rumors about Ronald Reagan and his wife having to keep him under control with a jar of jelly beans because he'd lost his mind. Except you're watching it play out in real time. Joe Biden is checked out. He's not there. I don't know who's running the country, but it's not Joe Biden. Let's just be fucking honest. And the Democrats obviously are a little scared with what's going on with him because they're letting him make a fool of himself publicly now. They've taken the gloves off. They're letting you see the full impact of it. Fucking up people's names, fucking up dates, fucking up events, saying weird things, doing weird things, acting weirdly. He did terrible at his debate. He doesn't really instill a lot of confidence that he's mentally there to be able to handle the office of the presidency. And all the time that's going on, you've got some extremely wealthy people, some people that are the heads of major internet platforms and major special interest groups that are fucking terrified of Donald Trump. I don't think it's anybody. I don't think anybody's under the illusion. You're not confused when you look back at how they didn't take it seriously when he ran the first time. He'll never win. Oh boy, wasn't that fun? Colbert and everybody else, all the late night jokes and the articles. Silly old Donald Trump will never win. He doesn't have a chance in hell. So nobody took him seriously. And then he got elected president. And that scared the shit out of these people. That scared the ever-loving fuck out of these people. They fucked up. And they knew they fucked up. They fucked up because they let you talk about shit you wanted to talk about. Your memes and your jokes and your sarcasm, your disillusionment with the body politic. They just thought they could just bulldoze their way through it, that nothing was going to happen. And he gets elected. And they flip the fuck out. You want to talk about how there's been a lockdown on our freedom of speech and our ability to say what we want to do and express our thoughts online? That really went into overdrive after he got elected because they realized they held the keys to the kingdom with social media. By allowing people to talk about what they wanted to talk about on platforms in a way they wanted to talk about it, they let him get elected. People talked about how they were sick of politics, how they were fucking tired of it. And if you think that's just a right-wing thing, it's not. The left went through something similar with Obama. He came in, he was going to be the young black Kennedy. Remember that? And instead he expanded presidential powers. He didn't get rid of Gitmo. He didn't get rid of anything. And they became disillusioned with it. So here's the right's chance, right? We got a guy on our side. Oh, boy. He's going to come in and he's going to change everything. And people love talking about that. He was rude and crude, said shit people didn't say in polite company. And people loved it. It resonated with them. It felt real to them. And they spread his word everywhere. They got really invested, really involved. All the grifters came out and they made a shit ton of money. But you had the diehard true believers, and they spread that fucking message. He gets elected president, they shit themselves. And they realize we can't ever fucking let this happen again. We are going to lock shit down. You look at the social media platforms and the content sharing platforms you use today, and the rules that are in place right now, they are in place directly because of this man.
That's so true. I do gotta say one thing, all right? Even though I am, technically now I'm on the right, fully. Oh, I mean, well, more so, I'm on my support of supporting Trump, endorsing him, whatever you want to fucking call it, or whatever. Because again, dude, we can't have Mr. Beast as the candidate. Fuck, okay? I'd even say, dude, I'm not even that crazy about Moist Critical, but even Moist Critical would probably be a better choice. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm just saying, it's scarce, man. The fucking the pool for what we got to choose is scarce. All right, do we want to choose a senile, dying old man that's fucked with our McChicken sandwiches? No, I don't want that. Don't want that. My bank account doesn't want that, bro. All right, and I'm not even like, shit, bottom of the barrel kind of poor or anything, right? Not there yet. Who knows in a couple years if shit keeps up, right? No, I'll find a way. I got the devil's luck. But yeah, I can't imagine what those people are going through. And this is all under Biden's bullshit. Okay? This is all under Biden. You talk about people, even the most libtarded chickies that I would talk to, right? I talk to a bit because, lol, why not? They say they'll never date a conservative, and then they do. Whatever. Even they admit that the only thing Trump has done was be mean. That's all. That's all. But they recognize that the economy was much better under him, and that it all went down the shitter the second fucking Joe stepped into the fucking White House. So, yeah, if I had to choose between this, and it's not even out of spite. Spite probably comes second, because this is fucking ridiculous, all right? We got people literally wanting good, and the thing that makes it even more stupid is it's like Rekieta, right? He wants to be the good guy while doing shitty things and fucking just saying shitty things. But he wants you to believe that he's the good guy so badly. Just like all these other little fruit cups, like fucking Destiny, like anybody on the left that is just like, fucking, it's too bad they didn't get Trump and shit. Dude, I had to unfollow Jim fucking Cornette over this shit, because that guy is just as much of a senile old man at this point. Dude, love his rants, his wrestling takes and shit, but when it comes to this political shit, this guy, fucking Kentucky native, is fucking retarded. All right, he literally, anybody that wants to justify like Trump getting shot, it's just you're proving everybody's point. You're proving every magatard's point. You're proving every right-winger's point. He is such a threat to you, right? Because it can't get any worse than Biden, motherfuckers. That's the reality. Because right now, as it is, we are fucked. Everything about what we're on right now in America is fucked under Biden. All right? Everything. You go outside, Biden's America ain't too good. It's fucking terrible. It's bad. It's bad. It's on the verge of anarchy. Jim's going to talk about it more. It's on the verge of anarchy. All right? That's nothing. We did not go through that with Trump. But now, it's just fucking anarchy everywhere. And who do we got to thank? Fucking Joe. Oh, but don't worry. Joe will throw Kamala under the fucking bus when it's convenient. So they even eat their own there. So no, Trump is not the anti-devil. Trump is not the antichrist. I'm sorry. Trump is not evil, as everybody. Who is the evil? Fucking Joe. He's evil because he's a fucking moron and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I think the people pulling the strings are worse, personally. Maybe Joe is just a useful fucking idiotic puppet. But he's got his own share bad shit, you know? Like the whole, well, we're not even going to get into Hunter, but you get the point, right? You get the point. Let's see what we're left with. We gotta choose one, right? So I'm gonna choose the one that had more peace at the time, where the economy wasn't so bad, where things were a little more stable. Sure, things weren't perfect, but they weren't fucking anarchy. Okay? That's the fucking fact.
You think things have become totalitarian in their terms of service? You're right, they have been. That's the direction it has taken. Go watch a YouTube video where somebody talks about anything and watch them self-censor themselves. And I'm not even talking about saying edgy words anymore at this point. Oh, the slur words and the racial words and things like that. If a story comes up talking about sex abuse or rape, you can't say that. They'll bleep it out. They'll put a little asterisk in the word now. Certain things are just verboten. Nothing uncomfortable. Nothing, nothing real world anymore can be discussed. That's just YouTube, but that's everywhere else. That's been shoved down your throat everywhere else. And that was the game plan. Lock it down so this guy can't win again. And boy, they threw that into practice when it was him versus Biden. And now where are we? Now he's getting fucking shot. Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt because they are that scared that he could become president again. I know, the eponymous they. Who is they, Jim? Well, I'd say it's a conglomeration of all the groups that have come together that hate Donald Trump.
It was Destiny. It was Destiny. It was Destiny fans. Honestly, I mean, that's not even a far-fetched thing to say. Well, you can logically say that and be kind of proven right. There's a lot of, let's see, a lot of shit that I liked here. Where do I want it? I want to fucking find this shit real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Well, there's that meme. There's a meme. Oh, yeah, then there's this thing. The quote-unquote obvious jokes, right? Okay, I'll get context on this. I'll try to be as fair as possible. But Destiny has this little habit, or had an arc. I mean, he still kind of does it, but he had a little arc where he befriended a guy named Max Carson. I don't know why. Max Carson, most known for getting turned on by like 13-year-olds in the movie Cuties or whatever, stating it for whatever reason on the internet. He thought it was cool, I guess. So then there was this weird pedo arc with the DGG, where the DGG basically thought, that's Destiny's group, thought that pedophilia is cool or funny or some shit. And of course, Destiny led the charge. He still kind of does to this day, by like correcting you and saying that like an adult, having sex with a 16 or 17-year-old isn't pedophilic, but it's actually ebophilia. You need to make that distinction because it's very important. So, okay, whatever. But he also goes around, he makes little jokes about how 10-year-olds are, to him, for whatever reason, hot. Whatever. Having just a nice little ammo CE joke, Just a little ammo CE joke. It's nothing, right? It's definitely nothing, right? It's nothing to be concerned about. Okay. So he's just making these quote-unquote jokes. I think it's also hilarious that somebody like Nicholas Diorio, that I know the fat retard keeps being brought up, but he apparently is the most influential guy in the ever-dying commentary community. This fat retard cries about less, but when his idol Destiny makes these ammo CE-like jokes, he's got to go into the damage control. He's got to defend his daddy, his 5'2" daddy. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. But then Nicholas Diorio did defend an adult, trying to fly out a minor to have sex. So, I mean, the apple might not fall too far from the tree, as they say. Also, there was this that happened as well. Trump nearly gets killed and a massive worldwide outage hits right after the RNC. It's just a Big old coincidence. Oh, so sleepy, you guys. Okay, we got that. We got some Elon Musk shit over here. Oh God, this one's my favorite photo over here. Then there's Destiny with the incriminating shit. we got the little X thing helping. Destiny has already addressed this on his main Twitter, and the user in the picture has already dismissed this as a joke. So pedo jokes are cool with Destiny. I guess that's what the left believes. I can't scroll down on that one. It's a little meme. It says it doesn't matter how many guys have been with, I'm all yours. Yeah, it's just some MGTOW shit. Kind of disgusting. Let's see. Then there's lab shit over here. Oh yeah. When is this one? I found this one to be interesting. I'm sorry. This is turning into like a million ducks on Destiny. Okay, so try to have JonTron canceled just because he pointed out the obvious demographic replacement in Western countries. Cry because you're getting canceled over making fun of a dead husband and father who died protecting his child. Yeah, I didn't know that fucking Destiny tried to cancel JonTron over this shit. It's kind of insane. That completely flew over my head. I completely forgot that he did that for a second. But apparently he did. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, there's that. That's why, Destiny was getting, canceled or whatever. There's Vita. Okay, hold on. I need to find these tweets where he's making fun of the dead person. It's a while ago, bro. Oh, here it is. I'll say one of the things that I found very funny here. I guess it's the funniest hypocrisy on both ends. Is that this guy over here, right? I followed them and I read some of their shit. But essentially what he did is he snitched on Destiny to Musk, right? And Musk, what? Okay, let's be honest, okay? Well, I'll be honest first. I hate Destiny, I hate Musk, and I kind of hate this guy too. I don't like any of these three people. In fact, I dislike them all for other reasons. This guy is literally snitching, and I'm sure he's kissed Destiny's ass in the past. Elon literally said, "Who cares about them advertisers? Fuck the advertisers." Now he cares about the advertisers all of a sudden. And Destiny is going about on his little binge spree, glorifying the death of another guy, right? Of a family man, right? Family man did nothing to him, If anything happened to Destiny's family, I'm sure he'd be crying, victimizing himself, probably trying to grift off of it. The DGG pedo jokers would probably be like, "That's not cool, man. You can't do that to Destiny." Jesus fucking Christ. But he makes multiple tweets laughing at this guy dying, basically. This guy over here, 5'2" midget over here. We got a snitch, a bitch, and a hypocrite. Yeah, snitch, a bitch, and a hypocrite. All right. I think that's the funniest thing out of this, though. They're eating themselves up in this. Hilarious. Fucking peak. But I think this right here would be my main issue with Destiny. Right? He's just going, because again, how the hell are you trying to make yourself look like the good guy throughout this entire thing? While you're just like taking a victory lap over the death of another guy. Right? That as a kid. I thought you're a family man yourself, Destiny. Steven. It's not very nice of you. How are you going to complain about the right? How are you going to say your side is so much better? How are you going to say nobody cares about the libtards? Well, yeah, you're a perfect representation of why nobody cares about the libtards, you fucking idiot. Because every libtard, every radical libtard, acts just like you. Just as entitled, just as fucking with the victim complex, just as retarded as you. That's why nobody gives a shit about the libtards. Now, we'll get to that. I'm so ready to get into this, the debate between British man and Cuck man. I need that in my life, bro. We'll get into that. That's 53 minutes. Shit. Gotta hurry this up. Come on, Jim.
And want this country to continue its descent into madness. You talk about an issue like immigration. You talk about the southern border. And I don't think you're going to get a lot of pushback even from people on the left because they recognize there's something a little fucky going on down there. Remember, Biden was the one who was supposed to come in and he was going to bring some kind of a reasonable stance to this. And then when the gates were thrown wide open, what did he do? He threw Kamala right under the bus. Oh, no, she's in charge. Kamala Harris, that's the one who's in charge of the southern border. That's why it's so terrible, is we have millions of people flooding across it. Well, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. I'm just eating my ice cream. Yo, Belinda, thanks for stopping by. If you want to be my sin today, you're welcome to do that as well. Get grifting time out of the way. Hey, man, gotta find some way to make that G Fuel. Come on. What do you think I am? I'm not Destiny. I'm not getting thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, millions for making fun of the dead. All right, I'm not cool like that. All right. I have to ask politely for my grift. All right, I can't be saying, "Ha ha ha, you're dead," ha ha, and then have a million people that like pedophiles give me money for whatever reason. Oh, I'm not. I don't have it like Destiny, man. Okay, I'm also not 5'2", so I don't know if that's a blessing or curse. I don't know if that's one of the criteria you need to have to be a successful e-celeb. You got to be under the underweight, under like a scrawny, deformed alien, right? While also being under the height of a normal Asian man. Oh, it paid off. Thank you, Belinda, for having my back. See, if you ask nicely, see, good things happen. You don't have to laugh at the death of another guy, man. Awesome. Incredible. Thank you, appreciate it. 07s, as the youngins say. Shit, I'm getting too old for this, man. All right. Thank you. Well, let's continue.
I mean, look at what is going on in this fucking country.
Is gonna fucking
You
you
don't even need to look.
Some of this stupid shit
God, you could look at the entire West Coast. Let's be honest. Look at Washington, Oregon, and California. Look at the district attorneys that are in power there. How many times have we seen really extremist, leftist, Antifa members go around burning and destroying shit? And then if they get...
So are there any pro-Destiny people? Can you tell me what Destiny said when this shit was going? Did he pay attention to it? Did he glorify it? Did he reprimand it? What did he do? What did our good friend Stephen Bennell? Because I don't have my DGG merchandise like Nicholas Tubeless Diorio. Okay, don't have that on me, unfortunately. I don't got my DGG hat, my DGG shirt, my DGG mousy pad. I don't have all that. I'm not as much of a fan of Destiny as Diorio. I'm not a fan at all, honestly. I can't say what I want to happen to Stephen Bennell, but I want to know, for the Stephen Bennell watcher out there, even an A-logger, what would Stephen Bennell say about this behavior? Clearly, he pointed out because, only the right-wingers do this shit. Only the right-wingers are bad. Right-wing bad, left-wing good.
Arrested. And it's not a federal charge, it's a state charge. The DAs, whatever county they happen to be in, lets them go. They recruit right out of homeless camps, they recruit drug addicts, they recruit extremists. They let them go around and pillage and burn shit to the ground because the idea is a narco-tyranny. They're going to make you so afraid to defend yourself and trust the government that you just give up, that you just hide in your fucking house. That's the goal. And they propagate this message through mainstream media. They propagate this message through the refusal to prosecute. They propagate this message by making you afraid to talk or to act or to get together as a group or to vote. And it's reached the point where they're so brazen now, this conglomeration, this ephemeral coagulation of these different groups, that they're just willing to straight up shoot at them now.
Yeah, exactly. They got so brazen about this thing. We got little twerps like Destiny just, again, dude, all right. Look, I'm not saying I'm an angel in any way, okay? But even somebody that sees shit in gray, like I do, would not be stupid enough, or like, I don't say heartless is the right word. I mean, just be shameful enough to just make fun of a dead person right? Like I already that's a really annoying thing too. All right, especially when they've done nothing to you. Like they give the you libtards like context so much. What is the context of this shooting? A guy, family man, was trying to fucking protect his kid from getting shot by a fucking shooter, right? Somebody that didn't like Donald Trump. Somebody that was probably inspired by Destiny. If we're to look at all the incriminating clips of Destiny that have been coming out in the last fucking 72 hours. But, what did he do other than protect his kid? What, did he support a guy he didn't like? I mean, by that logic, I don't think you want to go with that logic. It's bad logic. Denise Crawford, thank you for gifting one a membership. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Let me go ahead and play this again. Oh my god, I almost lost this. Can't lose that. Can't lose that.
But oh boy, did it backfire. Oh, who would have ever guessed? The leftists that are so obsessed with fucking Star Wars would have Stormtrooper aim. Oops. Maybe get better fantasy, assholes. Maybe if you were into Warhammer 40k, he'd be dead now. But nope, you like Star Wars. Oh, how'd your little Jedi go? Oh, look at me, I'm Boba Fett. I can't shoot my fucking gun. Ooh, oh, look at me, I'm a stormtrooper, Daddy. Real good. Real good, asshole. We should give a round of applause to the retard assassin. You've just elected Donald Trump. Talk about a catastrophic backfire, dipshit. That picture is going to be historic. Look at it. Fucking soak it in. They still talk about Teddy Roosevelt. They still talk about him getting shot and then giving a fucking speech saying you can't keep a bull moose down. You've just done that for Donald Trump. You've elected him. There's no way he's going to lose this election. You don't think this is a wake-up call to people? To the apathy-riddled nihilists out there, the centrists out there, the people that have seen things getting crazier and crazier, that have seen government policies that seem a little bizarre, that see mainstream media seeming to constantly overstep, that rioters never get prosecuted, that activists can get away with bloody murder, that DAs don't ever prosecute, that the police are just catch and releasing because they're told to, that states have to fight with the National fucking Guard to keep their borders closed so they don't get overwhelmed with criminals? You don't think they've been watching that? You don't think people are...
It's Biden's America, pal. That's what Destiny wants. That's what Destiny's voting for. That's what Destiny's trying to keep. It's crazy, though. It's insane. But it kind of makes sense. Again, those old Destiny clips, they're resurfacing. Sorry, I got too much Destiny on my mind. It's not good for you. You're liable to get a stroke or get a brain tumor. Okay? No bueno. Not good. Holy fucking shit. I gotta check myself after this. I'll end up like Jim by the end of this. By the end of this presidency, this run, all right? The transformation might be complete. I just gotta get an Asian girlfriend or an Asian wife or something, and it's over. It's over, bro. The prophecy will be complete. Jesus.
Tired of the fucking economy ass raping them, bending them over and fucking them in their ass as people pretend like it's not broken? And then they check their shopping apps and find out that the shit they ordered 3 years ago that was $100 is $600 now? That their rent is doubled? That a new truck costs $110,000 fucking dollars? As smiling politicians tell you everything's fine and throw their money to foreign countries? As we're not prepared to compete with anyone? What's the game plan here? Just burn it to the ground? So no, we're going to go after Trump. We're going to prosecute him on anything we can prosecute him on. Civil case after civil case, criminal case after criminal case, anything to stop him from getting elected. And oh boy, that didn't work. Let's just fucking shoot him. Let's shoot him. That'll do it. But boy, did you miscalculate. That's iconic. That is an iconic fucking photo. There are going to be many of them. And they'll be in history books. You idiots have no idea what you've done. Again, that's a eponymous they. Like the royal we. What who are we talking about? I think we know who we're talking about. I'm not trying to pin this on every Democrat or every person that's on the left. But there is a large, large portion that have been allowed to basically act in an uncontrolled manner for far too fucking long.
Destiny will disagree with that. It'll be like, oh, it's not the liberals' fault. It's the right wingers. The right wingers get away with everything. Yeah, Steven, the right wingers get away with everything, Steven. Some of them even catch a bullet. Yeah. That's getting away with everything, right, Steven? That's getting away with everything. What did they catch that bullet for, Steven? Was it committing a criminal offense like a lot of left wingers do? No, it was protecting their kid. And you're right, those lefties really are the best, man. Really. Those right-wing Republicans are so evil, protecting their children. Horrible, really. Should be doing what the left is doing. Send them to weird drag shows, right? That's cool. That's hip with the Destiny crowd, the DGGers. What a fucking joke.
We saw that personally in my state, Minnesota, with George Floyd. All these riots, infrastructure getting burned to the ground, police precincts getting burned to the ground, businesses getting burned to the ground, and everybody was told insurance will cover it. The businesses will come back. They didn't. Downtown is a desolate shithole. Crime is through the fucking roof because they defunded the police. But all the people that were screaming those talking points about how terrible Minnesota was, how terrible the police were, how terrible all these injustices were, they're using private taxpayer money for their own security forces. Welcome to anarcho-tyranny. That's where the politicians and the rich people, they're protected. But the police can't act because they're either fired or kowtowed. And if you try to defend yourself from some kind of criminality, you get in trouble. Criminal breaks into your house, you stop them, you're in trouble. Enjoy shopping in a fucking grocery store where every item is under lock and key. We have allowed our country, our society, to sink to the lowest common denominator. We appease and appeal to the people that take the greatest advantage. And then we close our eyes and pretend it's not happening. We pretend that we just need to just get by to get on by. And that things will somehow magically work themselves out. They aren't. Things aren't magically working themselves out. Things are fucked. Things are really, really fucked. And I don't know if this is a portent of things to come. Is this some insight in what the future is going to be like? Are they going to start taking shots at him everywhere? What's the mainstream media's reaction going to be? What's Biden's reaction going to be? Eating a fucking ice cream cone and crapping himself? You're going to have Kamala come out and wipe his ass? And there's a point where you have to say enough. Just enough. No more. I think we're at that point where you're shooting politicians that are running for president. Where it's just that open, that allowed. After this happened, I'm sitting waiting, getting ready to do this stream about Boogie. And the first thing that happens, aside from memes and people shitposting and talking about what's going on, are people saying that it must have been a setup. Donald Trump must have hired somebody to shoot him with a BB gun to get a photo op. That's the story that they went with. Until news starts breaking that other people died, that they got shot and died. So it's not a photo op with BB guns. I guess I'm speechless. I don't really know how to process this. It's pretty clear the cards are on the table. We have allowed extremists in this country to burn our cities to the fucking ground for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. We have allowed district attorneys to not do their jobs because of their associations with these groups. We have basically handicapped our police and our border patrol. We have weaponized our government to go after things that are of non-importance. rather than dealing with the bigger issues. We've allowed that to happen. We've allowed the propaganda from the media and the people that are in control of our social media to get to the point where we're told what to think and what we can fucking say and when we can fucking say it and what's fucking allowed to talk about and the language we fucking use when we do it. Ooh, don't say rape. YouTube doesn't like it. That now we're at the point where he's getting shot. And that's on us because we allowed it. That's the honest truth. We allowed it. We allowed it. It's not that they take control. It's that we allowed them to take it. That every step of the way where we should have said, fuck this, enough. We're like, it's too busy. Too much shit going on. Economy's too bad. Got to worry about my rent. Fucking COVID lockdowns are going on. Oh, we got this shit going on in the Ukraine. Oh, what about Russia? Ooh, North Korea, China, and Taiwan. You know, look over here. Look at all this. Oh, all this other stuff's going on. Too much shit to pay attention to. Can't pay attention to this. It's fucking rotten to its core. This incestuous relationship between media, business, and government is fucking rotten to its core. And they're so blatant and smug about it. They don't give a fuck what you think about it. And this is the fucking culmination of that. It's infuriating, chat, that we've reached this point. Today was supposed to be talking about Boogie. You know, I had a fucking Richard Simmons tribute because he's dead. And then just out of nowhere, just shot at him. But boy, did you fuck up. Oh, did you fuck up in a catastrophic way. I don't think, there are moments in history. It's very rare. Let me be blunt with you. It's very fucking rare that anybody gets presented a moment in history. One of those really iconic things. Something that's going to go down and be remembered for fucking ever. And Trump knew it. Trump knew it. He gets shot. He's covered in blood. He's huddled over by all Secret Service and military. Police are up on fucking stage. He's talking about, where's my shit? What am I going to do? But you could tell. There's a moment where it clicked for him. He's like, this is one of those defining moments. I can let them drag me out of here on a stretcher, looking weak and enfeebled, or I can act like I am. A man with some fucking balls, not like Joe Biden, the ice cream eating, doddering old fool. So I'm going to stand up and fist pump and basically say, fuck you to the asshole that just tried to kill me.
Might as well have been Destiny who said.
And then that's what you get.
You might as well have said that to Destiny. Because I feel like, over all the unhinged shit Destiny said over the last 72 hours, and it's been a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a lot. I feel like he might have made a tweet saying that he's sad that the shooter missed or something of that sort. But haven't been able to find that tweet because I'm looking for it. But if anybody wants to correct that record, just let me know. But I think you get the point, right? I think you get where Jim stands on this whole, on the whole thing. I just want a reason to get to the fucking British man piling on the little cuckold. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right into this. But first, God, my second in Alfred, whatever, has made okay, relax. Has made a well, what the fuck is that? Why is slugs? Whatever. He has made something that he requested me to play. It is an edit. So let's see what the hell this is. It's Destiny related, apparently. Let me take a quick look at my poll, and let's see if I'm disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Brace yourself at this point, it's Sen? Question mark. Drum roll! All right. Are you pro-Trump or are you anti-Trump? And get 77% on the right side. No pun intended. Pro-Trump. All right. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You got 23% of you being anti-Trump. I'm going to assume that's either trolling, contrarianism, or you might just be a little misled. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. We can fix you. You know how you see that baddie on the side, on the corner over there, and you're like, you can fix her? It's okay. We can fix that 23%. We can fix you guys and make you see the light. Okay? You guys are too covered in the cuckening that is Stephen Bennell. You need to see the light. Okay? You need to come to the right side. All right? You need to understand, but it's all right. It'll be a process. We'll help you. We'll get there. We'll get there. But I guess I wasn't disappointed this time. Nice job, guys. Good job. Awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back, clap. Let's fucking go. And Alfred, I'm gonna play your clip right now. Okay, whatever. What is this shit? What the fuck is this? All right.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized.
Jesus Christ.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Okay, all right, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, wait, let me read this. Here's 4 minutes of Democrats, including congresspeople and the prior Speaker of the House, saying someone... Dude, okay, all right. I see what you did there. Okay, damn, Gigi. Okay, number one, Gigi, I don't support you using Slug as a basically donking on him or using him as a scapegoat of sorts. Like my butt, but okay, I get what you did. You could have done with exiting him out. I would have blacked this out if I saw. Okay, Gigi, Alfred, don't condone that. But I see what you mean. Jesus, I didn't know so many libtards were doing this shit. Like, you hear about it, but you never have somebody autistic enough to gather the info all the time, right? But I guess do not underestimate autists on the internet for gathering the information you need. So, these are the good people, the Destiny, Stephen Bennell, Mr. Teehee, I'm Destiny. I like to make jokes about 10-year-olds and now they're hot. I'm Destiny. Mr. Libtard Supreme, supports all this shit, apparently. But it's the conservatives that are the problem, homie. The conservatives. It's them damn conservatives that are the problem. Yeah, okay, Destiny. Okay, Mr. Stephen Bennell. He's supposed to be the good guys, too. What the fuck is this shit?
About blowing up the White House.
Okay, buddy.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them.
Wow.
And you tell them they're not welcome.
I love what generic white people in the background just supporting. It's like you hear about it all the time too. The generic white people in the background just bending over to like. We need to pay for our ancestors and shit. It's okay. I get the point. I get it. What is this last? Let me take this last edit over because I think you got Stephen Bennell's face at the end over here. One sec. Ooh, that's dumb. Yeah, it's Destiny's America, all right. That's bad. Gigi, I hate that you sent me that edit and it has like that one part of Trump's. Dude, these people are unhinged though, to be honest. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe that made fucking mainstream TV and that's allowed to be broadcasted. Like, essentially for you, I'm gonna take it out of like the main VOD because again, that feels like something like Rekieta or the DGGers would flag. It's essentially Trump's like bloody head. Oh, it's not actually his head, but like a replica of it, and it's like some leftard praising it. It's so fucking unhinged. These people are fucking unhinged. Of course, you know, it all makes sense now. Why fucking they support a weirdo like Destiny who likes to make like jokes about how like jokes, quote unquote joke, because Amos U was joking too, right, pal? Amos U jokes about how this little guy says that he finds 10-year-olds attractive. That's Nicholas Diorio's idol, by the way. I still can't believe that. Nicholas fat ass Diorio. Holy shit. That's crazy. It's crazy that your idol is this little freak that is no better than the people you bitched about in the past. It's crazy. But whatever, it's okay. I'm sure Matty P has your talking points ready. He'll be ready to praise you. Don't worry. So will the washed up plumber. Aye, Nick, you're right, Nick. You're right. Nick, anybody that opposed you is wrong, Nick. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, you're right, Nikki. You're right. Go cry about how Augie hasn't returned your calls or something. All my online friends have left me, homie. What am I to do? Okay. All right. Let's see British man fight Cockman. Okay.
Happened here. No one can yet give a legitimate explanation.
But you're clearly implying that it is odd. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me your lunatic conspiracy theory about how odd.
I don't have any.
If you say to me,
I've been told by I've been told by many experts in the last 36 hours.
There's an entire cultural machine that has lied. There's an entire
we just saw it in real time. That's it.
What?
That's why conservatives deserve absolutely zero sympathy.
You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry. That makes you, frankly, despicable.
I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show sympathy to conservatives.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn.
Hey, they spared no expense on these fucking this budget over here, right? I want to see the part where it's just Destiny versus the British man. Okay, so I believe it starts here. Okay, you gotta get the fat guy out of the way. So maybe it's here, and it goes on to. Well, it's quite a. Okay. Well,
Hugo, there's a bit of a problem, isn't there? I mean, it seemed to me not just negligence. There's something very strange about this whole incident and how it unfurled. I have never seen members of the public, nearly a minute before a shooting at a president, raising the alarm and telling people the guy's on the roof. Have you?
Yeah, well, Piers, I haven't been on camera with that guy in about 8 years, but I'm just reminded of the brain-piercing, serious headache you get listening to him. You just laid out very calm and cogent questions as to what happened to the man who is the ex-president and could be future president of the United States. There was either a catastrophic failure, which we're all acknowledging, or something more nefarious. All we can do is ask questions. The red-headed guy with the visor who was interviewed on the BBC saying that it was probably about 2 minutes, and we'll find out the exact details on that, about 2 minutes before where he was warning law enforcement that there was someone on the roof. Well, in 2 minutes, Piers, right now I have an IFB in my ear. I have a microphone right here. That's what all of the agents around there have. And they're all connected to a network of people who are telling them where to look and what to do. I'm not of course, and I'm not an expert in this, but we all know this. Corey Mills happens to be an expert, and your interview was quite good with him. So the idea that 2 minutes went by and nobody looked at the roof, and by the way, the Secret Service director is now saying the reason they didn't have anyone staged on that roof was because there was a slope on the roof, and they didn't want one of their agents to get hurt. I mean, I've got got roofers out on my roof right now. There's a little bit of a slope. They have special shoes. They make it work. The whole thing is insane. But I would say at the political level, this has re-energized not just the Trump base, which was energized, but this new wide swath of disaffected liberals and UFC fighters and NFL players and just good, decent Americans to realize that Donald Trump is not the enemy right now. And this fake call for unity. Yes, I would like unity in a land of unicorns and everything else, but you can't on one day spend 4 years basically calling the guy Hitler and his supporters Nazi. Then he gets shots, and now we should have unity is just nonsense. I'm sorry.
And also for the current president of the United States to be asked, do you have any soul searching about the language you've used, given that days before this shooting, he told donors that it was time to put Trump in the bullseye, and then he tries to dance his way out of this by claiming, I didn't say crosshairs, as if somehow when you talk about human beings, bullseye or crosshairs mean any difference. Obviously, he didn't mean, I think Donald Trump should be shot. But obviously, if you're a deranged young lunatic with an impressionable mind, who the hell knows what that kind of language? We don't know yet. Right, about any of the motivation. Apparently, there's a kind of very, very strange, again, a very strange lack of information that they've been able to find out about this young shooter.
Of course, but you also have to understand that there has been an entire media machine, mainstream media machine and Democrat elite that for years, since before Donald Trump was president, have been calling him Hitler and his supporters Nazis. What would someone do if they truly believe that? I'm not directly linking this to Biden's bullseye comment as irresponsible.
Yeah, I want to also point out, it's interesting, right, that the Trump supporters, okay, by destiny and the lefties' logics, right, should be the ones that are going and since they are conservators in my Second Amendment, they should have the most access to guns and this and that, right? Blah, 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 same talking points. Why haven't any of them done what the left has done to Trump, right? Not that I'm saying they should or anything, but you don't hear headlines or stories about how a right-winger tried to kill, like, Biden or anything, right? Ever. Or Obama, and that guy was popular as shit. Nobody ever did that on the right. Nobody ever did that to their opposition on the right. But you saw a lefty, and I already heard like the saying, oh, but Sen, they were actually registered as a Republican. If they were registered as a Republican, that doesn't mean they had Republican values or whatever, right? They could still be swayed to the, let's say, a nice little Republican confused teen goes ahead and watches Stephen Bonnell II on YouTube, internet sensation, talking about genociding a bunch of this or that, whatever talking points Stephen Bonnell loves to rationalize in his little demented head, right? Maybe he gets a little inspired by the 5'2" midget in the computer screen, the YouTuber, the YouTube sensation, Destiny, Stephen Bonnell, and he decides to take matters into his own hands. All right, that dirty Trump's got to go. We got to vote for Joe. Doesn't look too good for Joe. Unless we get rid of Trump, then Joe might win. But it's not looking too good for Joe because he just shot himself again. So, again, I know there are a lot of copes on the left. I know there are a lot of attempts to not only just straight up like smear Trump, right? You got to go at him for the smallest shit, right? Now people are reaching so much, they're trying to do the whole the Epstein thing when a bunch of your lefty heroes were on the logs. Not only that, they were in deeper, right? I don't feel like going over the semantics of the logs right now or deep diving them or whatever. But I think it's really funny if anybody tries to imply Trump's a pedophile while being part of the left, while idolizing certain left leaders. Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. But that's neither here nor there, because at the very least, none of them made Amos-y talking points like Destiny here. What I'm trying to say is, to go back to the main point, it's funny that it was the left, the radical left, right? The opposition to Trump that decided to try to shoot him. And it's funny that none of the what is it? Everybody on the left calls the right wingers, the Trump supporters, the Hitlers of the current day Hitlers and stuff, right? The Nazis, the current day Nazis. It's funny that none of them have ever done this. All right, and they'd be the most available to do this, right? I would say, but none of them have tried to do that. That's crazy. It's insane. It's weird. It's weird. It's so out of character, right? If the bad guys would be doing bad things, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Responsible as it may be, or anyone else's specific comment. But over time in culture, if things get normalized, and yes, this man is going to put us in camps, and you can turn on MSNBC on any given day, and they're talking about how they're all going to be arrested and taken off the air, and what he's going to do to minorities and gays and everything else, all utter complete nonsense. At some point, people might get a subtle message and then do something crazy. Again, we don't know if that was what happened right now, but we certainly can ask about it.
And I think, to be completely fair, I believe Donald Trump has spouted a lot of very ill-advised and occasionally very dangerous rhetoric. And I want both sides to dial it down, because actually where this leads to is where it's led to. And in Britain, we've had 2 members of parliament in the last 10 years murdered by people for political reasons, basically because, lunatics have wanted to eliminate them. Let me bring in Destiny, because you've been at the centre, as you know.
Yes, let's bring in Destiny. Let's go.
Online response to what you were saying. And I want to go through what you said, and I want to talk to you about this hopefully in a
pure, unadulterated soy is about to hit your fucking eardrums, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go. The man of the hour, Stephen Bonnell II, lost his Swedish fucking bride to a fucking twink because his penis is too small. Let's fucking go.
Calm manner to try and understand what you were thinking. So on Saturday evening, hours after the shooting, you said, let me clarify, when I say conflicted, what I mean is I lean towards seeing it as a natural extension of the thing Trump and the MAGA kids support. So I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt enough to chastise people celebrating it. You couldn't find it in your heart to chastise people for celebrating the near assassination of a man who was president of the United States and maybe again?
Absolutely not. Conservatives have completely bled that well dry, and the idea that they, after engaging in the most divisive and most extreme
honestly, it's not even about conservatives, Steven. It's more about like human beings.
Imagine taking a man like him seriously.
Let's dial it back a little bit, because I feel like Destiny's having a little bit of what we call tunnel vision here. Okay, it's a little tunnel vision-y. He's either so deluded that he's just thinking about this whole us versus them, left versus right thing, that it's completely clouded his and this is me, the gray area man, okay? The guy that for all intents and purposes everybody calls Satan, the devil, and this and that, right? It's coming from me, bro. You are look at this from a humanitarian angle. Isn't that what you lefties are all about? We're human beings. We care about my feelings. Oh, your feelings are valid. You right-wingers don't operate with that. You lack the human heart. Is that what you fucking fruit cups? Almost said the F slur again. That's so tempting with people like Destiny. Isn't that what you fruit cups preach? Like, this is my issue, right? You guys like to keep this perception where you're good people. You're not. You're actually worse than the right wingers you hate. All right, you become like that. Maybe there was a point where you weren't, right? Maybe there was a point where you weren't. Just like there was a point where certain progressive things had a good cause behind it. But you want to talk about drying the well dry, right? You fucking retard. You fucking idiot. You motherfuckers have dried the well for years. That's the only reason Trump was even elected in the first place. How ironic is that, Steven? You want to talk about, don't even want to talk. You want to cry about bleeding the well dry or whatever fucking little fancy dancy words you want to use? No, retard. You, people like you creepy little fucking pedophile making joke, quote unquote, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. You fucking creepy little bastard. It's you and the leftards that even helped Trump get elected in the first place, because people were tired of you and your bullshit. They were tired of you abusing the progressive values and weaponizing them. It's kind of like the whole Me Too thing too. I mean, it's a cause that started well. Good meaning cause, I'm sure it's unfortunate because there are probably still some decent women out there trying to get justice. It's too bad they won't be heard, because now it's been completely stained because retards with your ideology, Stephen, like the Amber Heards of the world, choose to, because they're so inferior in general, abuse the progressive values. In that sense, you're kind of like Nick, right? Except Nick likes to dabble more in the conservative side because it gives him a reason to be an inbred, retarded fruit cup that lets him like blend in. And he's like, oh, don't mind me. My republicanism, the Second Amendment. Yeah, Alec Baldwin go boom, boom, boom. I like, yeah, pro the, yo, where's the cocaine at? Where's the yo? I need another hit. April. Jesus fucking Christ. But I think you get the point, Stephen. And I think it's just very ironic that you're using this stupid little talking point about how the conservatives have dragged that. Well, no, it all started with the leftists. It all started with your people, Stephen. That's how we got to this point. It started with you, and that's how Trump was able to get elected in the fucking first place. Crazy, huh? Crazy. But as per usual, just like Nicky the Nose, this little freak won't take accountability for shit. Because he's the good guy. Him, and the leftists, they're the good guys. You guys are the bad guys. You oppose Steven, you're bad. You're bad. I don't know. Maybe make a pedo joke. Maybe he'll like you then. He seems to like that. Colleen Christensen, thank you for the 5. Imagine taking a man like him seriously. Couldn't be me. I completely agree with that notion. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wonderful. And I think we just gotten into the ridiculousness. Fuck this guy. Like, Destiny. Just fuck him. Fuck this guy, bro.
Rhetoric that this country has seen in recent history, that they would come on and beg for sympathy, that it's escalated into some kind of violent confrontation, is absolutely insane. Even the idea right now of saying, well, if you call somebody a Nazi for so long, it's, what do you expect people to do? I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh call Obama a communist every single day he was on the radio. You've got conservatives that talk about how the mRNA vaccines were ways to sneak microchips into us. You've got COVID lockdowns that were done because the government was trying to take all your freedom away. They won't acknowledge anything that happened on January 6th. They say that the election was stolen and that your country is being taken from you. Like, I don't think anybody should be killed. I don't think anybody should go out and kill anybody. But when you engage in this type of rhetoric and when you turn the temperature up over and over and over and over again, there is absolutely no room for you to be shocked or surprised. And there certainly isn't room for you to ask for sympathy.
But Destiny, you say you don't want anybody killed, and yet you say, I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt to chastise people celebrating it. It's people celebrating the near assassination of Donald Trump. If you can't find it in you to chastise people who do that.
I don't get, well, I just, real quick, British man, I want to say, I already pulled this up before. I don't get how he says this when he's put on the spot, like on the, I almost said the radio show. It's not a radio show. The YouTube show, right? He says this, but his tweets are so different. Oh my God, there's like a bunch of fucking shit I gotta go through. I gotta find it. But I already showed it previously. You guys know here it is. I found it. It's the snitching tweets. Right here. So you say he doesn't think anybody should be killed or anything, and he tries to look good, right? Again, like classic lefty, tries to look good after saying unhinged fucked up shit, retarded shit that he really shouldn't have said. He says, this is the fucking retard that got killed at the Trump rally. Fucking laughing my ass off. Because don't you mean the bleachers he wanted to die on? So replying to somebody. Again, this is supposed to be the good guy over here. This is the good guy. This is my main issue. They're like, oh, well, why do you care that Destiny's saying unhinged shit? You say unhinged shit too. Guy, I've never said unhinged shit about somebody that didn't deserve it in terms of like, a family man that was trying to protect his children. Okay, I've never done that. He's done that. Also, I don't go ahead and say, guys, I'm a good person, all right? I'm the greatest person ever, and our cause is for righteousness, and, please don't do anything bad to me, because then I'll, No, I take it on the chin. every fucking time. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter how. Jesus, I've seen people that talk so much shit on the internet that are self-harmed for much less than the bullshit I've been through. That's crazy. And they still run their mouths. It's insane. I've been through a lot of shit on the internet, man. I think the lefties would call it my mental health. But tomato, regardless, what I'm trying to say is that there is a little bit of a difference here. Like, my entire thing is it's not so much that this little freak show is going around saying unhinged shit. He's saying it about somebody that clearly doesn't deserve it. It's just straight up fucking evil shit. And he's going around and he's still pretending like he's a good guy. And then retards that are probably pedos. Let's be honest. If you're fans of Destiny, chances are you are a pedophile in some way, shape, or form by all the defenses for pedophilia he's made. I think you gotta, at the very least, acknowledge that your Lord and Savior here. It's a little stupid to be that much of a narcissist to go about saying shit like this and then still thinking you're the good party. It's like, how much more of a Nicky the Nose replica do you have to be, bud? What the fuck? What is this shit? It's not an edgy joke. It's him just chastising dead people that have done nothing to him. And when you know the context of it, it's kind of crazy, bro. Kind of crazy. The kid's not going to have a dad now. Daddy's gone. And you're just laughing at it. And you think it's justified. And you think it's cool and hip. But again, I should expect nothing less of the guy that just straight up defends pedophilia to the ends of the earth. Having a lot of Amos Yee vibes, which is even crazier as to why Nicholas Fat Ass Diorio even likes you in the first place. That's even crazier to me. But whatever, that's a story for another day. I think you get what I'm putting down. You guys picking up what I'm putting down, Mr. Libtard over here. Yeah, not good. Not very edgy. If this is dark humor, oh, what's the punchline? What's the punchline? No, what is the punchline in these edgy jokes? Hee hee. I don't know. Well, let's see if Steven walks it back. Let's see what the fuck he's gonna do. Let's see.
Aren't you just as despicable as the people you just spent the last 2 minutes?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. 100%.
No,
even
because
worse.
they led the way. This is
You led the way. Oh my god, what a piece of shit. Okay. You gotta let the little fucking weasel talk through his okay, hold on a second. That's actually the perfect photo. It's getting a photo op right there. Take a picture of Steven. Perfect. It's gonna make for a nice little thumbnail. Actually, I should make that my current thumbnail for the video I made. That's perfect. Okay, thank you, Steven. Carry on.
They've created.
So you think behaving like the people you think are despicable is the correct course of action?
Not about behaving like the people who are despicable would be leading that type of rhetoric. It would be denying every single bad thing. How many times as a liberal? How many times as a liberal have you been on a show? Not you in general, but like a liberal been on a show and you've been forced to disavow all of the BLM riots, disavow all of the violence and blah blah blah, and then you talk to conservatives about it. January 6th,
violence.
that was
That's
a false
good.
flag.
Yeah.
January 6th. Oh, like conservatives disavow January 6th?
Wait. First off, there's an entire cultural machine that has lied. There's an entire
we just saw it in real time. That's it.
What?
That's why conservatives deserve absolutely zero sympathy for anything that happens as a result of their rhetoric. That's it. It's so easy. Like it's so simple.
But I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but I would say this is the type of person that the internet has broke their brain, thus leaving them with very little empathy for their co-human. I mean, a good, decent father is now dead because of this. He's had his brains blown out because he was defending his wife and daughter. I would hope that you have a little empathy for that.
Let me jump in there because we have a clip of what Destiny has.
You know, it's even crazier too because I get the point he's trying to make. Here's the problem here. You're going ahead and you're laughing about it. You're taking marathon trips about it, bro. You're not even letting it. Okay, like let's assume nobody wants him to disavow anything. I think that at the very least, not commenting about the person that got his life taken and shit. I think at the very least, minimum. This is me being charitable to Mr. He finds 10-year-olds attractive thing. Minimally, just don't talk about that dead person? Maybe don't laugh about it. I think that's common human decency these days. I think just all around. Also, whatever happened to leading by example, you fucking leftard? Whatever happened to that? Didn't the lefties believe in that? Isn't that just a general thing? I feel like there's another thing with the left. They feel so protected. Because they are. They are very protected. I mean, Jim already stated it, and you can see it yourself. You know, they get away with beating the shit out of people now. The left can do anything, and if you try to fight back, you get in trouble. Right? They're allowed to come in and do all the fuck shit they want, steal whatever they want, fucking be anarchists, narco-tyranny, whatever. They're allowed to do that and get away with it. So, again, it's like, whatever happened to leading by example? I guess it doesn't really matter. So none of this shit matters, right? So why are you still trying to present yourself as a good guy? You're clearly not. Okay, you're clearly not, so please stop fucking doing it. At the very least, can we get a statement from Steven saying that you're just, yeah, me and the DGGers that like hitting on 10-year-olds are just as bad as the conservatives? Yeah, can you at least say that? I at the very fucking least? Yeah, I think that's a fair fucking statement to make, based off of all the facts that are presented, you know? But I guess we're not going to get that, because Little Man's as much of a narcissist as Nicki knows, so... yeah, go figure.
Has said about that very thing. Let's listen to this.
Fuck it. Fuck the dude, the firefighter guy. Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
I can kind of resonate with that, because that's exactly how I'd feel if it was you. See, we're not too different, you and I. It's just the only reason I would do it is based off of now knowing what kind of a person you are, right? Because I thought, and look, I believe the internet hype when all these retards, like, again, fat ass the Oreo, just, they glorify you. They act as if you are holier than that. I've defended your dumbass when you went after Lucas Roberts and shit. I believe I did. Or I was at least very fair about it. I did criticize you on the Mr. Girl thing. It's a little sus that you were befriending a guy that gets turned on by 13-year-olds while you cry about the right. It's a little sus to do that, but okay. I got a little criticism about that. But overall, man, now that I know you're just going to laugh at the death of other people that don't deserve it, it's like, yeah, you know what? Right back at you, because you're a piece of shit. The only difference is, not to be a narcissist myself, I think I'd be justified, because I'd be making fun of a piece of shit that's okay with having a child cry about their daddy not being home the next day. So, in that, yeah, I think I'm better than you. At least in the moral department. And that's kind of a hard thing to beat, huh? Now, I'm supposed to be the bad guy here. Hello? You're not supposed to make me look good. What are you doing? What are you doing, Steven? The fuck is this? Fuckery, man.
%.
I mean, I got to say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny. Yeah,
I wish that there is no room. There is no room for the hand wringing, and I will not participate in this anymore.
Oh, it's not hand wringing.
The hand wringing. No, it absolutely is.
No, it's just that you are positioning yourself.
So well.
No, but Destiny, let me explain to you.
Where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theory.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do any.
Well, thank you for gifting a membership. It feels like he's deflecting back to the conservative point now. Now that he's been put on the spot about the clip, right? And again, like, you say unhinged, fucked up shit like that. I said it before, but I think I said it on a pinned comment and not the actual video for the sake of time. You got off easy by only being kicked off of Kick. You got off easy for only getting demonetized on, what is it, X? Or whatever, by fucking con artist Elon. You got off easy because I and the rest of the world know what should have really happened to you. Realistically, if we're living in your world, Steven, your reality, your twisted reality especially, we all know what should have happened to you instead. But these are the rules you've set for yourself, and they're very dangerous rules, Steven. See, you're not leading by example either. You're making it much, much worse. All you're doing is the exact opposite of what you claim you want your cause to be. And that is just dividing our country even more divisiveness, more anarchy. And it couldn't have happened at a worse fucking time, because we got a bunch of other countries, and they're looking at us, and they see that we're more disjointed than ever, and we're right for the picking. And we got little fucking midget F slurs. God, it's so fucking tempting to say that word again. Got a little midget F slurs like you prancing around the internet, allowing yourself to say, you think what Trump was saying was hateful rhetoric? You think what Trump was doing was over the top? You know, Destiny is like the leftist Trump times 10 on fucking gasoline. But nobody has an issue with that. They think he's based. I guess they think his pedo jokes, his Amos's fucking self-telling on himself is pretty based as well. Good job, lefties. This is your guy. This is your main guy. This is who you've elected to represent you on the fucking interwebs. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Also, again, I already brought this up, but the whole deflecting on the thing, it's just fucking cringe. This is supposed to be the intellectual savior of the masses on the interwebs, right? Nicholas the Oreo gets his little pom-poms for him every fucking time and then starts to soak his titties in water for him. You, really intellectual of the masses, bud? Are you sure? Because the intellectual of the masses doesn't need to deflect on a point when he's caught red-handed, right? Crazy. Only scrubs like me are supposed to do that, right? You know? Plebeians below the great Stephen Bennell. What am I saying? I can never be below him. I have to look down at him. What the fuck? Hey, bud. Come on. What are you doing down there? What are you doing, Dest? Steven?
Any of these, and then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, "Oh my God, it's so tragic."
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position, because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry. That makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves.
You don't think you're gleeful, you dumb fucking bitch? What do you mean? Do we have to rewind and watch that fucking clip of you on Kick? You dumb motherfucker. You slimy, weaselly fuck. To quote your son, Nikki D. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not gleeful, guys. I'm totally not gleeful. Don't look at that clip. Don't look at that clip on Kick. Clip, click. Clip, kick. Say that. It's like seashells by the seashore. Fuck. I already fucked that up. Whew. You get the point. This motherfucker, slimy to the very fucking end. Just like a certain nose we know. It's a certain nose we know. Nikki the nose. Nikki the nose. Okay. All right. Enough. Let's let the intellectual savior of the masses continue to talk.
Deserves to die, but you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
Mainstream media figures
I can answer that.
I don't care.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your answer is.
Let me answer that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric. They have been making fun of these types.
You don't care what his answer is. Why bring up the point, retard?
Events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged.
It's not even the sympathy. Just don't talk about the dead, you fucking retard. All right, that's it. Don't fucking glorify it. Don't laugh at it. Don't make it a fucking point in your grift. That's all. You want to talk about grifters like the Quartering? Sure. Melanie Mack? Sure. Nikki the Nose? Sure. Any of these grifters, right? I'm not in their pocket at all. I'll make fun of them whenever the fuck I want. I don't give a shit about their connections, right? I make fun of them quite often, to be honest. But you are also a fucking grifter. The worst part about your grift, and I'm surprised I don't see more moral effing on the almost dead commentary community. Oh, so glorious. Cool Boys Club. Grifting over the death of someone? The death, not the theft. Theft is okay if you're Destiny. Apparently, that's base. Fight the power. But the death of another person is part of your grift. You're gonna use it and broadcast it on Kick, and you're gonna be so gleeful about it, so happy. Gonna make it a point to sound based. Jesus fucking Christ. The internet has fallen. You
can conduct yourself in such a manner and expect people to feel sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how they should behave? And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however, want to present yourself as this great kind of standard bearer of decency who sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed exactly the same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States. I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
80 million people voted for Donald Trump last time around.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
you don't like
is this guy tweaking? Like, what the fuck did he take? He's giving me like Rekieta vibes. Like, is he tweaking? Is he on something? Is this the cuckold thing? Before you go live, you got to make sure you get as many drugs in you as possible. Like, what's going on here?
You don't like attacks on democracy, so presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy of modern times. Presumably,
I don't think that
you will
anybody
take
should
this
be trying
opportunity,
to-
given you
I
are
don't
so
think anybody-
determined to protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely outrageous that someone has tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous
No, I'm
that Donald
asking
Trump
you.
attempted to coup the government,
I'm asking you.
then maybe I would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show sympathy to conservatives.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't.
You can't do that. You see, so why the hell, frankly, Destiny,
absolutely not.
why the hell should we listen to a word you have to say
Wait,
about...
hold on. Why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
what do you
but
think
why
is going to
should
change?
they?
You think
But
that if
here's my
liberals
point,
come out now
Destiny.
and they go, "Oh my God, this was so horrible,"
But
you
here's
think
my
they're going to
point.
go, "Wow, that is true." Maybe
Wait a
that
second.
should also like
Charlie,
Charlie,
I'll bring you in at the end of this, I promise you, and you'll get a good chance to respond. But here's my problem, Destiny, with your whole position on this, right? Is that you don't actually have anything inside you that you want the other side to have. You don't have any of the empathy. You don't have any sympathy. You don't care that someone tried to assassinate Donald Trump. You don't care that a young fireman with a family was killed in the process. You don't actually. You are not the person you want these other people to be. And all you do is play whataboutery with every question I give you.
With some of the stupid shit that you fucking say.
Destiny takes Adderall like Tic Tac.
Thank you, Colin Christensen. I can see that. He does look pretty wired, I guess, in it. Do you know the whole empathy does come with, like, you know, all this fucking shameless grifters and e-celebs signal boosting why you shouldn't be or why you should be back allowed on a platform. You know, that does go in with empathy, right? And sympathy, right? They're empathetic and sympathetic that the 5'2" midget that makes a living brainwashing a bunch of people and being a false prophet to them can't make money to pay for his mansion or whatever fucking retarded shit you pay for. You know, Adderall, whatever, ADHD meds, drugs, that presumably, I don't know. They felt empathy when you got demonetized or you got thrown off of Twitch or whatever, so they signal boosted you know, because they were sympathetic to your short ass so that you can get your fucking money. Little DiOrio was sympathetic and empathetic to your dumb ass, so he had to make a damage control post for you. You know, that goes hand in hand too, but it's interesting. Yeah, you like it when people are empathetic and sympathetic to you, or you expected, Mr. Narc. But you can't do it for somebody that lost their life because they're MAGA-tired. They're at the rally, wrong place, wrong time, pal. So it's interesting. It's really interesting too. And it's also like to talk about moral efforts. I mean, again, I know I'm using this because he's just the widest and the biggest, you know. I mean, I don't want to say target, but like the widest and the biggest example would be another Nicholas DiOrio, you know, Tubby McTard. Again, oh my God, this guy moral F's for much less, so much less. But when his hero is just mocking the death of another guy, you know, innocent guy. Radio silence, baby! Radio silence! Amazing. No, you don't understand. Political tensions are very high right now. Where's the moral effing, Nick? Where's the moral effing? This is just not around. It's not around at convenient times. That's all it is. It's just convenient to not point out this about Destiny. I don't know. It's just a little out of character for DiOrio to not point out. It's interesting. Whatever. I'm sure there's a logical reason for that. Might be. It's the grift, isn't it? It's the grift. It's always about the grift.
And I'm just startled.
It's not what about it? We're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the temperature of this country. But here's a question for the two panelists. What percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric? What do they think the answer to that question is?
What percentage could it be that the other side, as we've just heard from Dave Rubin, has spent 8 years calling Donald Trump the new Adolf Hitler, a person who was responsible for the murder of 12 million people, including 6 million Jewish people in a Holocaust. Last time I checked, Donald Trump hasn't murdered 12 million people. So much as you would like him to be the new Hitler, he's not. But again, to an impressionable young deranged mind who has easy access to guns, that can be easily interpreted as an existential threat, said President Biden. Somebody that needs to be put in the bullseye, said Biden.
Okay,
only last week. And guess what? Somebody then comes forward and tries to kill the existential threat.
Who is engaged in more divisive rhetoric over the 8 years? If you had to,
you jackass.
Guys, if you had to assign a rough percentage,
again, you're playing whataboutery. Again, you're deflecting. Just as President,
it's not whataboutery.
Joe Biden.
Oh, Steven, trust me, it is whataboutery. I had to take a fucking crash course on what that was. All right, this was pointed out to me by a transgender named Lily, beautiful Lily, who still supports Nick Rekieta for some reason, but he is appalled. I mean, she is appalled by Stephen Bennell, Lily, our favorite transgender. All right, he is very appalled at Stephen. For some reason, refuses to call out Nikki. It's another one of those things where you're appalled at one thing, but you're not going to call out, you know, the person you idolize. It's very, 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 very stupid behavior. Very transgender behavior, though. And I get it. I guess in that sense, makes sense, sadly. But yeah, it is whataboutisms and deflections, Stephen. It very much as somebody that took the course on what that is. Trust me, I know it is. It is, and it's shameful that the intellectual savior of the masses, right, has to be the one doing it. It's shameful behavior, Nick. I mean, Stephen, I'm sorry. I'm getting you guys mixed up now. Shit. Oh boy. Who gonna see that coming?
Just as Joe Biden did last night, just as Joe Biden did with Lester Holt on NBC last night, every time he was asked, have you done any soul searching about your own rhetoric, your own ill-advised use of language, he deflected it back to attacks on Trump. And you're doing exactly the same thing with Republicans.
And I will do the exact same thing.
You say Republicans
you want Biden
you say
to
that they are
disavow a
lacking in
comment when Donald Trump was saying Second Amendment people could maybe do something about Hillary Clinton. Like, no, it's absolutely deranged. The double standard that's being asked here is insane. And you heard both of them say it earlier. How much did Donald Trump's rhetoric contribute to the current environment? Oh, not much at all. Like, no, yeah, I'm not going to say anything to these people.
Yeah, not much at all, because nobody tried to assassinate anybody on the left. All right? There was somebody that literally threw shots at Trump. Killed the fireman. Those are the facts. You care about the facts so much, that's what happened. You know, at the ending of the day, as my friend would say, the main issue here is you know, you want to be a radical leftist and watch the world burn in your own weird little demented way. Have at it. My main issue is that I can't take the intellectual savior of the masses just trying to gleefully still act as if he's the I don't know, like a good person of any sort, while again, like couldn't you do all this shit without like just skipping the mocking the dead thing? Can you like, I think that would be fair, all right, but he couldn't do that. Sadly, couldn't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately though, I know there seems to still be more. I don't know if I'll go back and maybe we'll rewatch a couple of things, but it is the 2-hour mark, unfortunately. So I have to call the stream here. Remember, we're only doing the 2-hour marks. I do appreciate everybody that stopped by. All right, we had I think we had a good time. We had a nice time today. Shout out to all you that stood by here. And remember, if you're catching the replay, which I will be leaving this VOD up, make sure you like and share it, you know, so everybody can catch the nice 2 hours. I mean, it's just a pro-Trump stream for the most part, you know. If we're going to Occam's razor it, that's where I am. All right. So I will see you guys in the next stream. It'll be next Friday. I don't know if there's going to be any news that picks up. Probably. There probably is, and we'll probably pick up on more. There's just a bunch of shit that I didn't cover that I'll just wait for it to simmer. Like there's the VTubers kind of getting involved in this whole thing. They're throwing their 2 cents in, and we got more unhinged shit about Destiny that we didn't see. There's we could watch the rest of the Pierce Morgan interview. Whatever happens, there's probably going to be some things heating up, and we didn't finish the Barnes segment. There's a lot, but I unfortunately don't have a lot of time myself. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you next Friday, same time, same place. MrSEN tonight. Carry on. Have a good rest of your night. Yeah, let's go to have a good rest of your night. Take care. Take care. And don't be a Destiny. All right? Then you'll have your Swedish bride end up with a fucking twink. Ooh, the humanity. Anyway, good night, everybody. Good night.